All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're excited to present ACFC's future marketing strategy. Let's get started. Today, we will be covering several key aspects of ACFC's future marketing strategy. We will be talking about our team, about us and our goals, our target market and consumer persona, our influencer marketing program, our jersey launch, and our budget. Let's dive in and meet the team. My name is Brandon Gilbert. I'm from Long Island, New York, and I'm the head of NIL partnerships.
My name's Justy Carruthers. I'm from San Diego, California, and I'm the director of financial affairs.
My name is Jacob Tillum. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm the head of influencer marketing.
My name is Andrew Sender, and I'm also from Long Island, New York, and I'm the vice president of events.
Now we're going to begin to talk about who we are as an organization and our goals and our work here. So at ACFC, our mission is to bring together organizations with charitable missions and financial backers. Hence, we are at an intersection between uniting purpose and capital. We are not your average soccer team. Rather, we are committed to making a difference in the world by combining our mission-driven activities with astute investments in order to construct a better future that extends beyond the confines of this sport. And our mission statement is proudly repping Los Angeles. We combine football, celebration, and service to create a community that will last for generations. At ACFC, we have three main values that we call our three pillars. Our first pillar is the essentials pillar, which focuses on providing basic needs to families, ensuring they can thrive at home, in school, and in sports. The next pillar is equity, which aims to break down barriers for marginalized groups by granting them access to resources, information, and opportunities. Lastly, we have our education pillar. This pillar empowers both children and adults to explore new pathways by fostering personal growth and development amongst them. To align with these pillars, we have set three goals and objectives for our team to help meet. Our first goal is to identify our target market. In doing this, we have researched statistical data and created consumer personas to match that data that we found. Our next goal is to restructure ACFC's influencer brand promotion by pinpointing social media influencers and premier college athletes who could adequately showcase the ACFC brand. And our last goal is to coordinate a jersey launch event. We plan on generating hype around the event using influencers, which would lead up to our amazing event with online elements for our jersey launch. And with all of these goals and objectives, we are trying to continuously tie everything back into our three pillars and the work that we desire to do for our community.
So let's take a look at our target market, and that some of the data we actually found for it actually helped us build the perfect consumer persona. So before we dive into ACFC target market specifically, let's talk a little bit about the NWSL. Under their current commissioner, Jessica Berman, the NWSL has seen terrific growth in the last couple of years, and even last year breaking an attendance record with over 90,000 fans attending their first round matches. I also want to point out that they have the highest social media engagement rate in professional sports in America at 0.4%. This doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot when we talk about engagement rates on social media. And as you see, the next highest is the MLB at 0.33%. They've also had a 19% increase in league attendance, which is always a good sign of growth. And if you look at the bottom on the graph, you can see that public interest in the NWSL for 2021, most of the fans of the league are pretty young, which is always a good thing for a growing league, as those fans will probably pass on their fan avidity to their kids, and then you have the continuous cycle. And as you can see on the top, we also have their male-female demographics. 36% of the fans are male, and 64% are female. Looking also here at ACFC statistics, the first stat that's definitely an eye-opener is their male-female demographics, where they actually have 43% of their fans being male and 57% of their fans being female. This is a huge advantage for our organization, as we can now target both men and women fairly equally. And having that strong male base will only increase the amount of recognition our team receives. And if you look on the top, we have some ticket buyer information. When it comes to income, most of our fans are making less than $100,000 a year. And this is very important to us, as we're always trying to push equity as one of our three pillars. And this includes ticket buyer equity. And this shows us that our tickets are pretty affordable for people. And obviously that is really good for us. As when you look at age distribution, most of our fans are in that parent range. We can assume that most of these people are probably buying tickets for themselves, but also for their kids. And obviously when those kids grow up, the continuous cycle continues.
As for our consumer personas, our target fans that we ideally want are families of 3 to 4 people at our games, as well as individuals looking to have kids in their future in addition to the youth. When looking at consumer personas, we envision mothers, fathers, as well as future parents and children with passions and interests in sports. That being said, for the consumer personas, we chose to use a description, age, location, and income range for each individual. First, we have Alice, a 33-year-old family-oriented mother raising her family in Glendale, California. Growing up, Alice played many sports and has always been an avid sports fan. Currently, Alice dabbles in online matchmaking where she makes a sizable salary to support her family. We're looking for individuals like Alice in order to expand our target audience to mothers who can bring young kids to our games. Next, we have Aiden, a 29-year-old business consultant focusing on trends in the market based out of Santa Monica, California. Aiden currently is a bachelor, but is hoping to settle down one day and be able to continue his passion for sports with his family. Moving forward, we are focused on our future. Because we're now looking at the youth, we switch the occupation and income to education level and interests and hobbies when creating our consumer personas. Megan is our next consumer persona. She is fresh in her teens at the age of 13 and is obsessed with anything soccer as she is the captain of her travel soccer team. When Megan isn't studying at Pasadena Middle School, she enjoys spending her time playing soccer, softball, dancing, painting, and drawing. Finally, we have Tyler, a new sports fan who is just grasping the sports world but loves to watch sporting games with his dad. Tyler is 8 years old from West Hollywood who has passions lying with fantasy football, swimming, and collecting sports cards. Based on our 3 pillars of essentials, equity, and education, we want to touch a variety of individuals with our fandom.
Now let's take a look at our influencer marketing program. So what is NIL? NIL allows college athletes to earn from their personal brand and endorsements while playing college sports. NIL is a young industry being 3 years old and a growing industry valued at $1 billion. With that being said, there are large expectations for this NIL industry. The projected market value of NIL is $4 billion by 2025. Some athletes like Caleb Williams and Livy Dunn, shown on this slide, have capitalized on NIL, completing 6-figure deals. Some athletes, however, the average NIL deal is valued at $1,675. Top-notch athletes make way more than this, and some athletes make way less. What is so great about NIL is the advantage that athletes have in terms of engagement rates. Regular influencers have an average engagement rate anywhere from 1% to 3%. Whereas college athletes have an average engagement rate of 5.5%. These statistics emphasize the significant financial opportunities and engagement potentials within the NIL landscape, which is crucial in consideration in AFCFC's marketing strategy. In this image, you will see the roster of Sporting U NIL athletes from Sporting KC. What makes this program truly special is that it's the first of its kind in MLS. Their NIL strategy involves 5 athletes with strong ties to Kansas City. Now let's transition and dive deeper into ACFC's plans regarding NIL. Introducing the Angel City FC NILU program presented by Crypto.com. This strategy makes a significant shift in our approach. While we previously engaged in NIL partnerships and have signed 4 athletes, our vision now centers on a more structured program, placing a strong emphasis on soccer athletes with mediocre followings with ridiculously high engagements. The cornerstone of our NIL program is engagement. We believe that genuine and meaningful interactions are the keys to success. We recognize that at the core, athletes are not creators. They spent their whole lives practicing their particular sport and may not have a passion for content creation. Our focus is collaborating with athletes near our region who are passionate about content creation, sharing their unique perspectives and connecting with their audience. Today, we are showcasing 5 examples from our program, and this is just the beginning of our journey. We have the budget to triple the number of athletes, so let's go ahead and meet our roster. Engagement rate is a measure of how much people like and interact with content. Circling back to the fact that most influencers out there, they typically see average engagement rates somewhere in the ballpark between 1% and 3%. The average engagement rate for a D1 athlete is 5.5%. Our D1 athletes are in a league of their own with engagement rates way higher than 5.5%. You might wonder why that's the case. Well, it's because our athletes have slightly lower following counts. That's okay, because with the smaller following count comes a much higher engagement rate, and that's exactly what we're targeting in our program. The Chicago White Sox welcomed NIL by signing a group of athletes from various sports backgrounds. The athletes, with a combined following of 732,000 followers across all platforms, offers unique brand exposure. They receive career mentorship, branding opportunities, financial incentives, and custom White Sox swag. This also benefits the White Sox by organically engaging a wider audience beyond traditional baseball fans, enhancing their brand growth. The Florida Panthers, who are a top-performing NHL team, transformed fan engagement. They partnered with nearly 100 female athletes from Florida Atlantic University through NIL deals, aiming to expand their fan base. Despite their success, the Panthers maintain one of the NHL's lowest average family ticket prices. This approach highlights how NIL can increase community engagement, attract diverse fans, and increase attendance.
And here we have our celebrities and influencers. These influencers and celebrities will all fit into our budget, and they will certainly give us the best bang for our buck. First, we have Enrique Hernandez, who boasts 1 million Instagram followers. Nicknamed Kike, he is a Puerto Rican professional baseball player for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Being a local, we see him as a perfect and budgetable fit. Furthermore, the Dodgers have a great fan base, and it is certainly within our best interest to utilize them, as they are not only Dodgers fans, but fans of the entire city of Los Angeles. His rate would be $35,000 for his set of deliverables. Next, we have Veronica Ciro, who is a local Californian. She is a fitness influencer with over 6,000 Instagram followers and nearly 87,000 on TikTok. We believe that her audience is similar to our identified target audience, hence making her a great fit for our program. Her rate would only be $2,000 for her set of deliverables. We also have Maddie Taylor, another social media influencer from New Jersey, who has recently moved to LA. She has 183,000 Instagram followers and 2.6 million on TikTok. Her rate would be $10,000 for her set of deliverables. Jessica Macrina, a soccer influencer, is also a great pick. She has 514,000 Instagram followers to go with 2.2 million on TikToks. She posts extremely engaging soccer content, and we believe that she would be great for things like appearances and social media takeovers. Her rate would be $15,000 for her set of deliverables. Lastly, we have Jack Downer, who is another soccer influencer, this time a male, with 960,000 Instagram followers and 2.3 million on TikTok. He has already worked with and promoted professional soccer teams in the past, so he appears to be a great match as well. His rate would be $2,000 for his set of deliverables. In doing this, we are creating a new promotional night where all of the influencers and athletes will be at the game interacting with the fans. This night will contain 3 events involving our influencers. The first of which is an influencer game, which will take place at the halftime of this game. And all of the influencers and NIL athletes will obviously participate and square off in an exhibition match. Next, there will be a t-shirt toss by the influencers during a stoppage of play. And we believe that this is an excellent way to further engage with fans directly via the influencers and athletes that we are working with. Lastly, there will be a post-game meet and greet where fans will have the opportunity to go on the pitch and meet their favorite influencers and athletes. So for all these influencers and athletes, we envision them signing a contract which contains a set rate for 3 categories of deliverables, them being appearances, social media posts, and overall promotion. Examples of appearances are the influencer game, our jersey launch event, and an activity with a community partner promoting ACFC. Examples of social media posts are announcements of their partnerships with ACFC, pre-jersey launch posts, mid-season posts, and in-game stories throughout the season whenever they make it to games. Last but not least, for overall promotion, examples would be a t-shirt toss at the game, social media takeovers, and interviews where they get to interview or they get interviewed by ACFC players pre or post game. Now, to get more specific, the exact number of deliverables per influencer and athlete will be as follows. It will be 3 total Instagram feed posts plus Instagram stories whenever they go to games. 1 additional appearance on top of the mandatory jersey launch event appearance and the influencer game appearance. And lastly, the 3 extra promotional events outside of what is included in the jersey launch event and the influencer game. Next, as you can see to the right, we mocked up a post for our prospective athlete, Rylan Turner, to post for our jersey launch event. We believe that these graphics are great and aesthetic ways to engage our influencers audience. By using visual aids like this graphic design, we can effectively show our consumers what they should expect for this event. And as you can see, we mocked this post up as a collaborative post between both the ACFC Instagram and Ryland's. We believe that this approach should be utilized when we have our influencers post. Because if we do this post with both Ryland and ACFC's Instagram, we are ensuring a massive amount of impressions per post, which is even more exposure for the ACFC brand.
Now we're going to be moving on to our jersey launch event. Here we have our timeline for the jersey launch event. We will first make the announcement for the event at our final home game on October 15th and follow the announcement with a press release on our website and on all of our social media platforms. The following step in our timeline will involve various hype ups from our corporate sponsors, our NILU, and our influencer rosters, as well as hyping up our fans with a surprise to 4 season ticket holders. Finally, we will host our youth soccer event that we will continuously promote on our socials. At the event, in-person sales of the jerseys go live, as well as online sales of our new jersey. Influencer hype is going to be a way for us to spread our fanage. We will partner with our influencers to post on their own socials to spread awareness of the event to their fans, which will not only broaden the attention, but bring us new fans. Additionally, we plan on having each of our influencers take over the ACFC Instagram page, each for a day, where they can post content pertaining to their lives for our fans to get to know our influencers, as well as continue to bring excitement to our upcoming event. And finally, we will give merch to each of our influencers to give away during their takeover. The influencer hype will not only strengthen our relationship with our influencers, but bring us new followers and fans, while also spreading awareness and hype for our upcoming event. Moving forward, we will pay a special tribute to 4 of our season ticket holders through our fan hype. We will send 4 season ticket holders, ideally 2 athletes and 2 youth, each a jersey, with a request to film their reaction to opening the package in order to get their blind reaction to the new jersey. In the package, there'll be an NDA that requires the season ticket holders to say that they will not share photos with anyone else about the new jersey until it's released to the public. We'll then post the blind reactions of the new jerseys that our 4 season ticket holders received in the mail to continue to build excitement about the new jerseys to our fans.
The GPLA x Angel City FC jersey launch event. We want to create a once-in-a-lifetime experience for our fans for such a monumental moment in our organization's history. So, who's going to be participating in the event? We want to call out all youth girls soccer players aged 6 to 14 in the LA area, their families, other ACFC fans, ACFC NILU athletes and influencers, and of course, our very own team roster. So what exactly is this event going to be? It's going to be a youth soccer clinic running throughout the day with other great events and obviously our official jersey launch. It's going to take place at the Cal Lutheran University soccer field, which is, of course, our practice facility. And we chose this facility because obviously we're very familiar with it, and we feel we can get a very cost-friendly price for the venue. It's going to also take place on January 27th, 2024 at 8 a.m. It was very important to us when we were coming up for this event that we wanted to include a community partner, and there was no better partner than GPLA. Girls Play Los Angeles is an organization that wants to increase youth sports involvement in underserved communities. Their goal is to go into those communities, find girls who want to be a part of youth sports, but maybe can't afford it or maybe just can't participate for other reasons. And they help them get involved and sustain their status in youth sports so they can reap the benefits of youth sports. We want GPLA to co-run the event with us, and we also want them to integrate some of the athletes they have helped previously and bring them to the event. We also want to include some of our corporate partners into the event to increase revenues across the board and obviously just help fund the event. We chose these 4 partners because we believe they are the best fit for what we are attempting to accomplish during the event. First and foremost, we have Sprouts Farmers Market, which is, of course, a grocery store, but they also have a catering service, and we want them to be the caterer for the event. Next, we have Gatorade, which is obviously, as everyone knows, the famous sports drink. We want that to be the official drink of the event, and we want to ensure that our athletes are staying hydrated and sustaining their energy while they're playing soccer all day. And there's no better brand to do that with than Gatorade. Melissa's is a produce company, and we want them to have a tent at the event so fans can sample their delicious produce. We really want them to also emphasize the importance of our youngsters eating their fruits and vegetables because we are always looking for ways to positively impact the community. Finally, there's no better way to recover after a long day of soccer than using some of Therabody's incredible products. We want Therabody to also have their own tent and to be a part of the festivities so people can try or even buy their excellent products. There's definitely room for more partners, but we feel that these 4 are a great start. Now, to give you guys a real taste of just how amazing this event is, we created our very own program. Now, the first place I want to point your attention to is in the pink square, where you can see the pre-registration fees and some of our day of registration fees. The pre-registration fees are if you sign up before January 6th, and we will post this all across our socials and our website. If you book before then, it will be $25 per person, which is a flat fee for anyone who walks in the building. If you eat, you get food with it, and you also get all the great events with it. And it's also $50 per clinic participant on top of that. The day of the registration fees increase a little bit at $40 per person and $75 per clinic participant. We will have arrival and check-in at 8 a.m., 8:30 breakfast, and the memorabilia raffle will open where people have a chance to win great prizes. 9 a.m. we'll have our opening remarks by our very own owner, Natalie Portman, and she'll make some huge announcements about some of the new promotional events we have for our influencers. At 9:45, the clinic will begin. 11:30, we'll have the official jersey launch announcement where we'll unveil the jersey and start selling at the event. At 12 o'clock, the jersey will go live, and as you see on the top right corner, that QR code will go live, and you'll be able to buy the jersey online using that QR code. 1:30, we'll have scrimmages. At 3 o'clock, we'll announce the winners for the memorabilia raffle. 3:15, meet and greet, and 4:30, we'll have our closing remarks.
Finally, we're going to go on to our budgeting plan. First, we're going to discuss the influencer program budget. With the budget of $100,000, we'll allocate $82,000 to our 5 social media influencers, $6,000 to our initial 5 NILU members, and $2,000 to fund our giveaways that'll be given to our influencers and athletes. We base the budget for the NILU roster and influencer team based on their overall following on social media and engagement rates on posts. It is important to note that there is an additional $10,000 left in the budget for growth and expanding the NILU roster or adding more influencers to our team. Next is our jersey launch budget breakdown. Our overall budget for the event is $20,000. The money is then allocated to 8 separate areas. First, we have $2,000 directed towards the price to rent the field venue for the day. We then have $5,000 allocated to rent the indoor space off the field. And next, we have $6,000 for food. We will have Sprouts, one of our corporate sponsors, cater the event with price for food being roughly $10 per person. As we are having food catered, we are allocating $150 to pay 5 servers $15 an hour to help with the food organization and serving. Next, we will have a custodian crew on site all day, equaling out to $300. Moving forward, we'll have $500 allocated to any equipment and merchandise we are planning to sell at the event. Additionally, $600 is allocated to the fan hype jerseys that will be sent to our lucky 4 season ticket holders. And finally, we have set aside $5,000 for any unexpected costs that may come up throughout the event and leading up to it that we may need to settle. Additionally, with our 5 sponsors of the jersey launch event, we are able to cut costs, spread more awareness, and expand the demographics of the event. It is important to note that all influencer appearances and fees are included in the budgeting for the influencer program budget. Based on the entrance fee to the event, we have priced the tickets of the event to cover the expenses of everything for the event and be able to turn a profit that can be given back to the community in order to stay true to our 3 pillars of essentials, equity, and education. Lastly, we'd like to point out that we are proud to say we are still $450 under our budget of $20,000 as a whole. Lastly, we are going to discuss our return on investment for the jerseys being sold at the jersey launch event. We have made a conservative estimate that 750 people will be in attendance at our jersey launch event. And of those 750 people, 40% of the individuals will purchase jerseys equaling out to 300 jerseys. We've established a 72-hour goal of selling 15% of our 2,300 jerseys in our inventory, which equals out to selling 345 jerseys in the 72 hours. Based on our estimated guest count for the jersey launch event, we feel it's safe to estimate 400 jerseys being sold during the 72-hour time period between in-person and online sales, which is just over 17% of our inventory. In order to sell as many jerseys at our online storefront as possible, we have QR codes all around the jersey launch event that take individuals straight to our online store. We'll also be posting on our socials and emailing our season ticket holders with the link to purchase jerseys online. Through these 3 marketing strategies, we are confident in selling at least 15% of inventory within 72 hours. Finally, our annual goal is to make $110,000 in revenue, which is 37% of our inventory. Based on the average price per jersey, that equals out to 850 jerseys being sold.
This is our reference list. And thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure discussing the future marketing strategy for ACFC.